Welcome to this Goldilocks Productions presentation. Before we begin the show, let's go over quick guidelines. Callers, if you would like to get on air to ask the show host a question, please press 1. All those callers that do not press 1 and any blocked phone numbers, unlisted phone numbers, and Skype callers whose phone numbers do not show up on the switchboard, you will be in listen mode only. It is not mandatory that the show hosts bring on callers. So please keep your questions to one question only and be mindful and respectful of the other callers that are calling in and of the show host as well. If you have any issues or any problems and even any compliments or testimonials, please contact the Goldilocks Productions show producer and owner at the email of goldilocksproductions@hotmail.com. Again, that email is Goldilocks with a Y, goldilocksproductions@hotmail.com. Thank you. Now on with the show.
Enjoy this Goldilocks Productions presentation of the Joyful Finding Show with your host, Melissa Parks.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Joyful Finding Show. Glad you can join me today. How's everyone feeling going through this full moon? Oh boy, I tell you, it's been like a roller coaster ride for me for 2 weeks, so I know a lot of you guys are feeling this out there because I feel a lot of what the collective feels. And actually the last day, I don't know what's going on after this full moon, but the last day I've been feeling really, really heavy. So let's release a lot of that today. We can work together today. I think that's why I'm supposed to bring this up in my show today, to really help us release that. And see, I already feel so much lighter just bringing that up with you. So the energy is really starting to flow now because I felt like I was in this like protective little bubble thing that was really heavy. You know, it's almost like a heavy like a bowling ball. That's what I felt like I was carrying around. So let's clear this as the collective. Let's work together, everybody. That's what we're here to do, is to work together. So I appreciate you all tapping in today. And I have no idea what we're going to talk about today, but I know that now that we've just released some of that, I'm feeling back to my old self. So I want to thank each and every one of you that are tapping in right now and helping with this situation. So, let go of the past. That's what this full moon was about. It's really about letting go of all the old stuff and really us starting to create this new stuff. So, let it all go. Let's let it go together. So as we let all this go and we start creating with all these new energies that we have to work with, because as we let go of the old, we start creating with new. And they keep moving my hands around in these little circular motions. So it's like we're starting to really manipulate the energies to really start working for us. And more of the collective is really starting to let go of stuff and really move forward, And it's like I've run into a lot of people, even in the last week, that are having just a rough time. Like their life has been, like the rug has been yanked right out from underneath them, and they know the universe is telling them that they have to change. And it's come about very abruptly for some people. It's like, whoa, this came out of left field. Where did this come from? So it's like, the universe has no way of really telling you it's going to be coming if we don't already start paying attention to the things that we need to start shifting and changing for ourselves. The universe kind of helps that along. And the people that are working with us in this lifetime, whether it's people we work with, we live with, whatever it is going to help be part of that catalyst to help us to get us to change and move in the direction that we have to move. And it's funny because I was just having a conversation with a very dear friend before I was coming on the show, and I was telling her what I was feeling. I was feeling that heaviness. And I was like, and she brought up the collective too, which was funny because I had just thought of that before I texted her. And I'm like, is this all me or is this collective too, Because even me, I need to ask other people questions too sometimes. So nobody's perfect. No one has all the answers. I much usually tap in for somebody else than I do for myself, which is the case of most people. But it's like now we're starting to really understand ourselves, and we're really starting to move forward, So what is it that you're starting to create for yourself? Are you planting those new seeds? I can't wait to hear all about them. So, release, release, release. I think release is going to be the word of the day. Ha ha. And I think I'm ready for my first caller, and that's coming in from area code 509.
Oh, hello.
Hi there. What's your name and where are you calling from today?
My name's Helen from the Northwest.
Hi, Helen. How can I help you today?
Are you doing readings?
I am. Do you have a question for me?
Just anything general around me, on my health or otherwise.
Okay. Okay, can you just say your name again so I can pick up on you vibrationally?
Helen.
Okay. Okay, so general. Okay, so I feel like you're in a little bit of a transition period right now. I feel like you're going through this, what they're showing me is this unraveling, which I have not seen. I don't even know how to describe it yet. But it's like if you were taking yarn and it was like you're unraveling all this yarn. I don't know what this yarn is for. I don't know if you're creating something with this yarn. But it's like I don't see needles on the end. I just see you unraveling it. And it's almost like when you unravel this line, I'm going to call it yarn for lack of better words, and it's a pretty color, you know what I mean? I feel like it's multicolor and it changes colors because I feel like you've been following this path which keeps changing on you, and I feel like that's what's kind of unraveling now is like it's starting to create what you wanted to create. So all this yarn that you've laid out behind you is like you're knitting into this beautiful little blanket so that it soothes you rather than takes away from you, if that makes sense.
Sounds lovely.
Sometimes they take me down the wild juice cases with these because I see this beautiful blanket now. So it's like, and you know what? It's not really a big blanket. It's like a baby blanket. You know what I mean? And it's very, I can see the weave in my head, which is really cute. So it's like it's there to comfort you. And also, they're also saying this to remember to be more like a child. This is going to have a multi-meaning. So remember to bring out your childlike. Remember to laugh more. Don't take things so seriously, and relax a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I hope that was helpful for you today, dear.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay.
I feel like I want to curl up in that little blanket too, because it is all cozy. You know what I mean? And it kind of reminds me. I feel like I need to bring this up because my grandmother, way back in the day, used to crochet. You know, all these little. Everyone would get baby blankets, and it would be whatever color was, you know, boy, girl, whatever. So, but this was such a much neater, and it was very intricate weave. So it's very beautiful. So with that, I'm also getting like this universal message that we're all starting to weave these beautiful new futures for ourselves. And it's created by us in the colors that we want to create and really being who we need to be and stop listening to other people about telling us about who we should be or what they think we should be and stuff like that. I think we're really breaking away from all that. And I feel like it's just a beautiful thing. And I keep seeing this beautiful blanket. If I could find a picture of it on the internet, I'll post it under the show later because it's like I can see it. It's almost material for me. So that's a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are having a lot of fun out there too, because even though we can get really serious about life, you know, and really start to feel those emotions as we really start to release them, just know that everything's going to be all right. It's funny because I did an automatic writing this morning just about that. And, you know, things have to change. Everything's on the right track, you know, even when it doesn't feel like it is. See, that's our problem. We're still human. We still have to feel things. I posted out this thing this morning, which is funny but really real at the same time, about, our life is moving along pretty good, and the universe all of a sudden wants to give us a week's worth of lessons in a week, you know. So it's like some of us are feeling that, and some of us are just moving right along, which is awesome. And just have fun with it, people. I know I've been a little too serious this week, so I'm trying to break out of that right now. And you guys are all helping me because we're all connecting in. The energy's starting to go way, way out there because I know that the energy is connecting to each and every one of us, and it's making us feel stronger, feeling more connected, feeling more loved, feeling more empowered and about moving forward in whatever direction is most happy. And I feel like I also need to bring this up too, because the conversation I was having earlier today was my friend had pulled her map out of her heart. And this is funny because I think I've talked about this before. You know, we're always looking for that map to tell us which way to go. Well, she tells me last night in her dream that she pulled it out of her heart and she was able to look at it clearly, and it was very simple. So I feel like a meditation. I feel like I'm telling you all this so you can do a meditation later, as will I, because literally this conversation ended right before my show, that I will be doing a meditation and looking for that map. And, you know, kind of connecting with that. So open yourself up to whatever your map is, and that map is in your heart, because the map is about love. The map is about following our true path, and the map will help heal us and help us move forward. So even if you don't feel the map or see the map, just know that the map is there and it's doing its job. It's all about when we decide we're going to wake up so that we can see that next part. Some can't jump too far ahead yet. And it's also funny, too, because I had this little slug crawling through my lanai this morning. You guys always get to hear my animal stories. So I had this slug, and, of course, I had to look it up. And slugs are very wise, believe it or not. I did not know that until I actually looked it up today. And then as all of that took place, I was doing another automatic writing, and they said the turtle always wins the race. So you don't have to be in a hurry, people. I don't have to be in a hurry. You don't have to be in a hurry. No one needs to rush anything. Everything is in divine time. I feel like I repeat that a lot, but it's true. So just enjoy that. And, yeah, and it's 111. They want me to point that out. So I'm ready for my next caller, which is area code 347.
Hi, this is
Hi.
Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Hi,
Where are you calling from today?
New York.
All right, Katie from New York. How can I help you today?
Oh, my God. Everything you said about everybody, like life, is like, oh, my gosh, there's so much going on with me. I am in the process of moving out of the home I'm in, and I don't know if the people are trying to evict me or whatever, but I'm looking for a new place, but I don't even have a job right now, but I am looking for a place. So I'm just wondering, what are you getting on me moving and maybe me getting a job?
Okay, so I'm going to start by saying, as soon as you were telling me your whole little story there, I was getting goosebumps the whole time. So you already know what you're doing. You're already looking for the place. They've already told me that you've already got a design in mind. The job is already being lined up too, because this is forcing you to move forward. Because I felt like you were going through all that heavy stuff too. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, so now you have to change. You just have to trust the process and allow it to unfold for you. And that's the hard part that you're having a hard part with, is the trusting part.
Yes.
So you just have to see it in your mind as it all kind of like unfolding. It's kind of like see it, and I have goosebumps right now as I say this to you. So this is as much for me as it is for you right now. So feel it, to see it, to feel it, to know it, to own it, okay, and to love it. Oh my God! See, do you feel all those goosebumps?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I just feel I think I'm feeling a little rushed and a little bullied. Like to get out the house, which is fine. I want to get out the house as well, but I think I just gotta focus on what I want and not the anger or what I don't want.
Exactly. Okay, but now look at this for a second, okay? Because this helps you look at your patterns in your life, right? Because this has happened before, correct? Maybe a similar situation in the past somewhere? Maybe something similar, yes. Okay, well, what they're saying is, because what they're doing is they're showing me this little energy kind of moving back and forth, but it's like you're going to handle this differently than you would have in the past. So it's kind of like what they're showing me is not burning bridges, but tiptoeing away, if that makes sense, and easily.
Okay. Yeah, because I know I'm just like wondering. I'm like, should I just go see if I can stay with somebody, or should I just wait till I get see if I could get this place.
Well, I
get
feel
a
like
job.
everything's falling into place for you. So everything that you need to happen is going to happen for you. So all you have to do is believe that, finding that place, because it's time for you to be in your own space, right? And I feel like it's going to be more of your own space. So it's like really time for you to do that and own that. And I feel like you're moving further away from where you are right now. So look outside of your comfort zone.
Okay, yeah. You know what it is? I just I guess where I'm staying at. So this is like my relatives, right? And there's an anger. I have like an anger because I guess they're kind of doing like certain shady things. So every time I think about it, I don't know. I feel like betrayed or angry, but I know that's not going to help me attract what I want. You know, so it's like I just got to ignore that.
Okay, and you have to see where that anger really comes from. So it goes, and I feel it down in your heart, okay? So it's really deep.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's from my mother. My mother has something to do with it. It's from my mom.
Okay, so see, there's a lot of triggers that are involved here. So let's just imagine that we're going down into that heart center where that, I'm going to call it like a dark spot is, where all this anger is, right? Because a lot of people have been feeling this anger. So everyone, pay attention. This is not just for our friend here. This is not just for me. This is for everybody. We have a lot of anger that we need to get rid of. So I am just going to reach into everyone's little heart chakra, and I'm going to have the assistance from all the guides, the angels, gods, everyone, to help us release this anger from our hearts, from our being, so that we can stand fully in our power and not be bullied and not feel this anger or whatever the triggers that were attached to it. So release, release, release as we pull it out and just let it go. Put it in the energetic recycle bin next to you, beside you, around you, whatever. But energetically, let's recycle that. How's that feel?
It feels really good. It feels really, really good.
I love it when that happens. That means you're allowing to not stand in that and to not own that part of ourselves. I've been the subject of seeing a lot of anger in the past couple weeks from different people, and I just know that it's all like bubbling to the surface now for everyone. So we have to kind of like look in the past a little bit and see where that anger comes from, you know. So if it comes from our parents, if it comes from our childhood, it comes from a relationship, it comes from a job or whatever, we just have to release that and allow to release it with love, okay? Because this is our journey in our little bubble, and everyone else is going through their own journey. So if people around you are doing, say, shady stuff, that affects them. It doesn't affect you in your bubble if you don't allow it.
Okay, got it. Oh, my God. Well, thank you so much. This was beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for calling in today. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, too. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too. Awesome. These are actually great questions, and I hope you guys are all feeling a little bit of that healing about removing whatever anger you might still have in you. And I've been working on this anger issue, even for me, since I was 24. So, 20-something years that I realized. And every once in a while, there's still something that triggers me, and I know that this is coming up to be released. So if it's happening for me, it's also happening for others, okay? So let's all go back to, I feel like it's a lot of this lifetime, because I feel like everyone's been doing a lot of work on their past lifetimes and, maybe trying to clear it in this lifetime. So it's like, let's release all anger. Let's release all shame. Let's release all guilt. Let's release anything that's of negative emotion. Let's release hate. Let's release dislike. Let's release disaccord. They're showing, and it's so funny because as I keep saying these things, my hands keep spreading apart. So it's like we're saying it and we're pushing it away from us. We're pushing those things away from us. Like they're no longer a part of who we are or who we want to be. So it's a great thing. I feel like lots of healing is taking place today, people. So this is pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about this because when I start my shows, I never know what's going to take place because it's like Melissa's on and then all of a sudden, all my angels, my guides, and my highest self come on when it's time for me to start talking. So it's like release, release, release. Again, I told you that was going to be the word of the day. Awesome. So it looks like I have a third caller calling in from area code 914.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
It's another Katie from New York.
Oh, look at that. We have Katie's from New York today. Awesome. That's awesome. I love that. How can I help you today, Katie from New York?
It was so awesome. I was already feeling the power of the release and what you were saying about the new seeds. And that was actually what I was calling about. I have work projects that I had completed, but I need, to bring other people on. One starts with the letter W and the other one starts with the letter I. And I was wondering if you see me working with Neil on those.
All right, hold on. Let me tap into that again. So we got the W.
Thank you.
And the I. Okay, the
yeah.
I is more favorable than the W.
Okay.
They just tossed my whole body around. I was like, W? They're like, no. I, yes. Okay, so definitely go with the I, okay? Because I feel like that's really going to help you move forward in the direction that you really want to go. Because these are new seeds that you're planting. And these are like new energies that you're working with too, which is phenomenal.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, you're
welcome.
For everything. Oh,
yes,
thank you for everything too. Oh, thank you, Katie. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Oh,
you're
you're making me blush. Thank you. You're making me blush over here, girl. Awesome.
That's
thank
awesome.
you. Have a blessed day, girl.
Thank you. You too. Thank you. Many blessings.
Thank you. You too. Awesome. And how awesome is that to get two Katies in a row and two from New York, okay? So that's just phenomenal, okay? So thank you, the Katies, for calling in today, which is awesome. And I'm having a great time talking to you all today, and they just showed me the clock again, so it's 1:22. Twos have been showing up a lot for me this week. And two Katies. So there you go. So it's like all this excitement that's going on and all this change that's taking place. And I feel like you guys, they want me to break in and say, I feel like you guys are really, really working on this heart chakra, this heart connection, because I can feel it trying to open up. I can feel the cracks of things of where there might have been walls or there might have been blockages, or where you might have felt like you got punched in the chest or whatever, broken hearts, whatever. We're healing all of that today. I feel like it's about totally releasing because we're still in that full moon energy from Sunday. So really let's release it. And I know the moon is void, of course. There's something I saw today, so that kind of leaves us a little empty sometimes. But it's let it all go. Let it just all go. Awesome. And it looks like I do have another caller, and this area code is 781.
Hi, everything that you've been saying resonates with me so much about what I've been experiencing too lately.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it when that happens because we're all feeling this together. So you're part of the collective feeling everything and going through the lessons that you have to go through at the same time. This is phenomenal. And your name and your question would be today.
Okay. I'm Laura. My question is,
Laura.
Like you said, I've been healing some heart issues about, relationships, and I finally feel like I have a crush on someone, and I'm stopping myself because I feel like I'm unhealed in a lot of ways that would prevent me from having a healthy relationship. So I was wondering what Spirit has to say about, how I can heal more about my heart chakra.
Okay, well, what I was just getting as you were just saying was all that is let go of your old beliefs. Let go of what your old, it's like, it almost like let go of what old relationships look like to you, okay? Because I feel like you're already treating this one differently. You're being very cautious, yes. I won't say that you're not. But being cautious is okay, too, because before you were a jumper instead of a walker, and now you're being a walker. So it's like you're being cautious, but you're doing it in a good manner because you're getting the ability to know this person, but don't stop yourself from moving forward. Because when you do, it kind of puts you backwards. It's like taking 4 steps forward and then taking 2 steps back. And you want to keep going forward. So they want you to trust yourself.
Yeah, I think it's like, okay, that makes sense. The old belief, yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, because you keep replaying those old scenarios. They show me as like an old film. You know what I mean? And you could just take that reel off if it's that old of a film, or you could take out the CD or the DVD out of the player and just put it over on a shelf and let it collect dust. It's not who you are anymore. That's who you were. You're creating so much new. You have to trust in that.
That helps a lot. Yeah, it's like kind of similar to what you said earlier about how you feel like a lot of people have worked a lot on their healing past lives, and now it's like this life. I feel like in the past few, maybe just months even, that's what I've been experiencing. It's like really rapidly changing about healing this lifetime stuff versus past stuff.
And it's good that you've noticed that, because I would say, in the last month, and I have goosebumps as I say this is about rapid growth. So whatever childhood traumas, relationship traumas, they're all coming up. They're coming to the surface and going, hey, remember me? But they're saying that you're doing a great job. It's almost over, and you're almost like ready to sail free.
Oh, that's really nice. And it's so nice to hear, like, when what I'm experiencing is alignment with other sensitive people too. It's really it's neat. It's juicy.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you're enjoying that. But it's awesome that you're also feeling that, and I'm glad that I'm able to connect out and that people are feeling these things, because sometimes we feel like we're going through this all alone, right? We don't think that, even our friends or maybe our families will even understand any of what we're feeling, because they're not maybe as awakened as us, or maybe not as spiritual as us, or maybe, it is hard to know that we're not doing this alone. So just know that we are all connected. We are not doing this alone. There is always someone else in this world feeling exactly the way you are in that moment for whatever they have going on. We're all experiencing. And it's a great joy that we get there to come here to actually experience these things. And believe it or not, we all raised our hand and said, hey, can we go to Earth and experience all that? And then when we get here, we're like, man, this stuff is rough.
Oh, yeah. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I appreciate you calling in today. I do.
Thanks. I'm really glad I listened. I tuned in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. They say all, and it's like so funny because as you just said that, it's like they're sending it. It's so funny because I see like these radio waves going out right now as energy, not as radio waves. But if you were, if you look at your little antenna on your phone or whatever, and it shows, that you have signal, that's what I see is going on right now. So we are all becoming to be connected with each other. The connection is becoming stronger. That's why many more of us are feeling all these energies so intensely, or trying to reach, still relieve our childhood traumas or dramas or whatever it is that has taken place in our life, releasing those anger things. I feel like, again, that word is releasing, because even with myself, I react to some things and I was like, whoa, I shouldn't do that. So it's good for us to really take a look at ourselves and see what is triggering us, so that we can change those things, And they keep saying that there's joyful findings in the end, so that's why it's so great that you tapped into the Joyful Findings show, so that you can start finding your joy, or start connecting in with other people that are finding their joy, because even if you listen now or you listen later, it's all about the connection, okay? And I've been getting that's one of my changes that has to happen is I have to make more connections. Even though I'm tapping in this way, I have to go above and beyond whatever this is. I don't know what that is in my mind's eye yet, but I'm creating that as I'm going along. And as you guys are starting to create the jobs and the careers and the relationships that you want to have in your lives, right? And it's so funny because telepathically, they want me to bring this up. So it's so funny. So if you guys actually go to my Instagram or my Facebook page, I posted this picture of the sunset the other night. So full moon, I went out to sunset with my friend Lanka because I was called out there to do some grounding work and stuff. And I always do what I'm called to do. I had to anchor light and do this zigzag pattern and go to the drum circle, and there was all this crazy stuff I had to walk around and do. But anyways, while we were there and we were watching the sunset, we sat down, and the sunset's this beautiful orange color and everything. And these two gentlemen having a refreshing drink happened to be standing right in my view of the sun. And I was like, I don't really want to get up, to go take a picture. I was being kind of lazy, I will admit. But then I was like, I wonder if telepathically I could just ask them to move to the right a little bit, because I really only needed them to move like 3 feet out of my way, right? So telepathically, I'm talking to these two gentlemen in my head to move 3 feet. And it's so funny because within about 3 minutes, it's funny how these are going to turn into threes. Within 3 minutes, those gentlemen had moved to the right 3 feet. So it was actually, I was like, wow, they're listening. That's awesome. And not only that, while I was sitting there in the sun and everything, they were also showing me their orders, and I was able to see more than I would had been able to see. So I know a lot more abilities are starting to pop online. So really start to tap into whatever you're seeing, feeling, being, and allow those abilities to really come forth. And let go of all of whatever the heaviness that you might be feeling, the collective feeling, so that you can stand in those powers, And it was really fun that telepathically I could talk to those guys and they just moved. And that's happening more and more, because we're having more and more conversations in our heads with people, And it's so funny because I was holding my Joyful Findings class the other night, and it was funny because I had thought when I was at the beach on Sunday, my Lanka and I were talking about another mutual friend. And wouldn't you know, that mutual friend showed up on Monday night to my class, and I go, that's so funny. We were just talking about you yesterday. So it was like energetically, she knew I needed to talk to her. She needed to talk to me. We were feeling each other's energy. So we're becoming more in tune with each other, which is so awesome. Do you know how excited this really, really, really makes me? It really makes me excited. And you guys can hear this in my voice. I am sure of it. So it's like the excitement from the other side, too. It's like this big tsunami of energy has been coming at us. That's why some of us are like on top of the wave and some of us feel like we're sinking or swimming. It's all in what we're choosing. So choose to come above whatever that is. It was just like I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I was like, man, I feel like I hit a brick wall, I was just like, I was moving at a steady speed. Everything was going just as it was, and then all of a sudden, bam, I like hit this wall. And she's like, well, just climb over it. And I was like, oh, that's very simple. Why don't I just do that? Or even more simple, why don't I just remove the wall from being in front of me in the first place? So it's all on how we start looking at it. And I feel like it's important that we really retrain our brains, too, about what we say. You know what I mean? Because as soon as I said a brick wall, I saw this bing, 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 bing. I saw this big wall go up in front of me. When I go, man, I could have just, I could have made it something so much simpler than something so high. Maybe it's a little molehill I have to walk over, a little speed bump or something, rather than something so huge. But that's how one of the universe's ways of saying, hey, stop and listen and go look what's going on in your life right now. What do you need to change? And right now, change is evident, people. It is happening very, 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 very quickly. So allow yourself to change, allow yourself to go with that flow, allow yourself to be who you need to be. And I feel like that's very strongly one of the biggest things this week, too, is really, who are you? Do you know? Are you uncovering who that is? Because even at 48, I feel like I'm still uncovering who I am, okay? So if I know I'm going through it, you all have to be going through it too. And I don't care if you're 8, 48, or 88, or 108, or 488. It doesn't matter. We're all going through some kind of change, because change is something that we always do. It's something that always happens for us. Now, what we choose to change in our lives is our choice. So again, I'm putting this in your lap. What is it you want to choose to change in your life for the better for yourself? If you're in bad jobs, relationships, whatever, you can create something better. If you're already in that perfect job, what is it that you can create outside of that? Do you want to create more of that? Maybe you want to be self-employed. There's so many options out there. They just throwing all this stuff at you to give you all these ideas of things that you can choose to do or make differences in your life, okay? And the collective, they want to talk about the collective again because they're showing me we're on this little soup bowl. Actually, it's a punch bowl they're showing me now because it's crystal. I can see through it. Or maybe it's even a singing bowl. Maybe you need to get out your crystal bowls and create a new vibration in your life. I feel like that's very beneficial to everybody too, because it's like, the other day I had my feet in the bowl and someone was doing the crystal bowl with your feet in it. The vibrations are just amazing, so to allow yourself to really release whatever it is you have going on in your life so that you can move forward, and it's just, life is going to happen exactly the way it's supposed to, and, it really just is. It's our expectations that we put on it that get in our way. So don't expect things to happen. Just unfold for the highest and best for yourself, the highest and best for humanity, and all these beautiful blessings will start to show up in your path. You know what I mean? These great opportunities will start to arise, which is awesome. And I see that I have no more callers, so the universe is working with my schedule today, so this is so awesome. So I have to wrap up my show early today, so I appreciate all of you tapping in today, being part of this energy, being part of this collective love energy, being here to create a better earth. You are here to change yourself. You're here to change everything else around you. It's a beautiful journey that we are on, and we are on it together. Never feel like you are alone. You are never alone. You have yourselves. You have your higher selves. You have your guides. You have your angels. We have so much support, yet we forget to tap in and ask them. I should mention ways that you can reach me before I totally clock out here. You can find me on my website at IamMelissaParks.com. You can also find me on my phone number, 941-266-9250. You can also find me on Facebook under Melissa Parks Psychic. And you can also find me on Instagram because I'm finally stepping up my game a little bit. And again, Melissa Parks Psychic, you can find there too. I'll start posting some of my sun pictures and all my fun stuff that I have going on there too because I feel like I'm supposed to touch more people. So I guess I have to kind of do that through the internet too, so I can reach everyone's wavelength. So it's amazing that you guys all tapped in with me today, and I'm losing my voice, so you guys all work on your throat chakra too and learn to stand in your truth. And it gets easier as you start doing that. They want me to bring that up. As you start to really stand in your truth, it's really hard for you to not speak your truth, and it just comes flying out of your mouth, which is amazing. So, woo-woo! So anyways, I'm going to wrap up this show. I'm sending out many blessings, so much love in all directions, all the way around the world, all the way out into the multiverses from where we come from. All our infinite knowledge and wisdom is at our fingertips if we so desire to have it. So I wish you all a very blessed week, and I will see you next Wednesday. Woo-woo! Have a great Wednesday, everyone. See ya.